Let me check on my page because I won't be able to look.
Okay. I'll let my boss know.
Hey, it's me, Wanda B, and you are tuned in to He Said, She Said on IntellectualRadio.com. It is a different day, you guys. It's not Sunday. I know, it's Wednesday. I'm here on a Wednesday because I have something exciting. Super exciting to talk to you about. I'm excited about it. I have with me Chisa Roby with CTS, Health Integrated Wellness. And we're going to talk about mental health. It's so important. So important in relationships. It's important for our day-to-day health, who we are. So, Chisa, I'm so excited to have you here with me.
I'm so excited. Thank you so much.
I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about Chisa so you know about her. And as she talks about CTS Health, what they're doing, something new and exciting. We're both excited about it. Can you tell we're both excited? Okay, so I had to put on my glasses. I can't see. Chisa Roby is a mental health therapist outpatient at Chicago Therapeutic Services in Chicago. She is a certified life coach practitioner and trainer. Chisa is an author, Breaking the Silence book, a radio personality, healing clinic radio show, and a motivational speaker. Chisa has been commissioned to help the community at large with training, education, encouragement, and empowerment. Chisa is associated with different organizations like the Daughters of Grace Women's Organization, Two Twain, One Flesh, Two Twain, I like that, Two Twain, One Flesh Marriage Ministry, Sisters Partnership, Shining Stars, Pray Women Pray Incorporated, and etc. Chisa has experience in the mental health field like case management, caseworker, housing advocate, and life coaching as well. Chisa has been happily married for 15 years to the love of her life, and she is a mother of 4 children. She is a minister of the gospel, an intercessor, and she is called to reach the unreached.
Yes. Yes.
I like that, call to reach the unreached. That's huge when you think about the people who aren't reached and who may not even know they need to be reached. Right. Have you noticed that in mental health a lot of times?
Oh my God.
That sometimes people aren't quite aware that they may need help.
It's a lot of denial. A lot of people don't understand the truth, or whatever they call it, their own truth. Mm-hmm. But the reality is that as you see your behaviors, you'll be able to see as you go through therapy that, okay, this is what I'm dealing with. If I'm depressed or I have anxiety, they don't know at that moment because it's been taught that we shouldn't go to therapy because we're crazy. Therapy is not about you being crazy. It's about you learning how to understand to be stabilized in life.
And being crazy, and I'm going to use that term only to say that sometimes people will say as if that's normal, like you should expect some level of crazy.
Yes. Yes.
Is that right? Is that normal?
No. But in a way, it's our normal. It's a lot of our culture. Hey, well, I don't need therapy. All I need to do is just sit and pray. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with prayer. However, you're going to need a little help on how to be stabilized, how to deal with problems, how to deal with issues, situations, how to get out of that and not be still in the same hole.
I think somewhere in the Bible it says prayer without works is dead.
Absolutely.
And I think it's the works.
It's the works.
When you go, what if you had to define what that means in the Bible, I think having therapy is part of the works.
Yes.
That needs to be done. There shouldn't be a stigma to it or shame to it. Have you found people feel somewhat shameful to go get help?
In a way, and also it could be a pride thing. It's like, okay, it's nothing wrong with me, but in reality, it is. And I was one of those people, so I could say that freely. I always thought that, if I just pray, everything will go away. Not so. Prayer helps you to enhance you, but also you have to put the work in. God also gives us the clearance to say, hey, okay, read my word, but I need you to act on it. So you can't just say, hey, I'm going to do this. It's almost like I'm going to lose weight and feel great. Well, you have to put the work in. You have to exercise. You have to eat right. So it's a process with therapy.
It's a process, and I like that you bring that up. Like I said, I'm here with Chisa Roby from CTS Health, and I'm excited because besides what we're talking about, you guys have a grand opening coming.
Yes,
you do. And I'm going to tell you guys more about it in a second, but we're talking about mental health in relationships. And I think sometimes we can be having issues, dilemmas, problems in our relationships and not quite realize that our mental health may play a part in that. Does that make a difference?
Yes, it does, because a lot of times, again, it goes back to you being not, knowing the unknown, right? So it's like, if someone say, "Oh, you're depressed," well, what does that mean? That means that according to your behavior. So we have a therapy called cognitive behavior therapy, and cognitive thinking is in the mind. Why you do what you do, how you do what you do, and what is your result of how you do it. And a lot of times when you don't have that proper therapy or those steps, you're off balance. Your life is off balance. You won't be able to function correctly.
And you won't even know why.
Exactly.
You're not functioning correctly.
You will not, no, not without having those steps.
I think sometimes, too, we can blame it on the other person. We think that outward things are the reason why we're not happy or not experiencing certain things. We could look for to put a blame on someone else for it and not really see.
That's true. A lot of times it's like, sometimes we don't want to deal with our truth because sometimes it could be so deep. Sometimes pain could be so deep, and it's like a wound, right? If you never get it medicated, it will never heal itself. I remember when I was in college, working on my undergrad, I did a paper called Open Wounds, Closed Scars, and the Lord gave that to me. And that symbolizes that a lot of people kept saying they're okay, but that wound keep opening, it keeps stretching, and there's no medication for it. You're not going to get it treated. If you don't get it treated, if you don't deal with your issue, it's still going to remain an issue.
Right, it will scab over.
Oh, absolutely.
You'll get a nice scab and you'll think it's healed, but it underneath is.
And it can open right back up.
Open right back up. It'll start oozing, bleeding.
Yes.
And you feel this gnawing pain that you're not attributing to, because some people really do learn to live in a painful state.
Exactly. And we're talking about years. We're not talking about months or days. We're talking about years. That people, for example, probably have dealt with bipolar but never took the time to go and get with a professional. I tell anyone, if you're going to see a regular doctor, every 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, same difference when you got to deal with every part of your body. When you go to the back doctor, you want to see the back doctor. When you're going to see the foot doctor, you want to see the foot doctor. You got to take care of your mind state, because if you don't, everything, your life can be all imbalanced.
I like that we should make it a regular practice.
Absolutely.
If we make a yearly visit to the dentist, if we make a yearly visit for all the other parts of our body, that we should add our mental health to that. I really think that should be a movement. Did you have your daily, if you had your mammogram, also go get your mental health checkup.
Absolutely.
I like that. I think I'm going to really start making a promotion of the mental health checkup.
Well, that's what I'm about. So, and because of being a part of CTS Health, which I want to give a shout out to, they helped us, and we're all as a team, we're the heartbeat of the community. And not just because we're in Belmont, Creighton area, but as a whole, as at large, we want to reach people. And it's not about if you think you're crazy, whatever it is, we're going to figure it out. And we're going to sit there and we're going to teach you.
I think what I like about what I'm hearing, what CTS Health will be doing is that you may not know what the issue is.
Right.
But you could be feeling a certain kind of way, or how we use that term. I feel a certain kind of way.
Right.
And it's not serving you well. You're having arguments at work and arguments here and not getting along with people. That you have a place to go.
Exactly. It's just like, if you think about it, it's like if you go to see a motivational speaker, or if you're going to a doctor, or if you're going to see a nutritionist, they're all going to give you steps on how to have that beautiful body, or how to make money, or how to be wealthy, right? Same rules apply with mental health. Mental health is what we're supposed to be taking care of. It's a state of mind, not that you're crazy, but you will be crazy not to do it and not to get the therapy you need.
I like that, and I really would like to make it commonplace, and I love how you're just speaking of it as a way of it just being common to do.
Yes.
And I read a statistic that relationships, being happily married or in a stable relationship, impacts your mental health.
Yes, it does.
Is that a fact?
It's definitely a fact, because, you know, first of all, with spouses, you have to understand that one complements the other. And there are couples that are dealing with mental health issues or depression. And sometimes the other spouse may not know how to handle it. You have to understand that if that's the person that you are connected with, help them by any means necessary. Get them the therapy. Get them a support group. Get them something, you know, that those that are professional that can handle that. Don't just leave it, because sometimes that'll make a person feel like they're alone.
I like that. We're talking with Chisa Roby from CTS Health, and we're talking about all things that pertain to mental health and being aware of yourself and being aware of mental, but most importantly, that there is a place you can go now. Yes. The grand opening is tomorrow. Woo! I'm excited because we're going to be, Intellectual Radio is going to be a part of this tomorrow. We're going to have a table there. It's going to be a big to do from 11 to 3
yes.
tomorrow. And I'm just, with so many of the places having closed in the past,
yes.
that now help is opening back up. So what all will you guys be doing as we talk about people getting aware of how they're feeling? And can they walk in off the street and just walk on in?
Absolutely.
Do they need an appointment?
No, they can just walk right in. We've had people just walk right in and say, hey, how can I get these services? And we just serve them. And so we do deal with those that have the Medicaid insurance. But whatever that they need, we're there to give them the resource. For example, we have crisis intervention, community support, client consultation, mental health assessments, case management. We got case workers. We got a full team ready to serve the community.
I love that, because I know as also mental health has impacted my family, yes. and not having a lot of resources and people to talk to, whether being a loved one who needed assistance with how to help someone, yes. or actually trying to find a place to take them. And I'm really excited about this. I'm excited yes. about it for our community, our neighborhood, our relationships.
Yes.
So childhood, you mentioned that sometimes things are buried, that wound is covered up and scabbed over.
Yes.
Does childhood at all affect how childhood trauma you may have experienced? Does that affect your adult life, or is it kind of, can you bury that?
It absolutely can, if you don't get the proper treatment. Just to tell everybody, it's a testimony for me. You know, I was one of those people that a lot of my family had issues with mental health. You know, I was a young girl that was sexually abused as a child, and because I didn't get proper care, I grew up being angry and mad at the world and saying that all men are bad. You know, but that's not the reality. And also didn't get the proper training that when it comes to, you know, a lot of people are scared to say the word sex, right? That when you're intimate with someone, it's not a bad thing. When someone violates you, that is a form of control. It has nothing to do with the sex. It's a control thing. And when they have power over you, it's something. And so growing up that way and thinking that men were all dominant, I had issues with authority, right? I didn't want to listen to anybody in authority. I didn't care who you was. And so it became a problem as an adult. Even, to be honest with you, in some of my marriage. But you know, God allowed me and my husband to be able to deal with things and to talk about it. And I went to therapy, and it has helped me tremendously to this day.
And I'm a firm believer in getting therapy, and I don't know if people know this, but the show He Said, She Said was kind of founded. I got divorced, and then knowing I needed to learn how to love. Why did I get divorced? It really turned my life upside down, and I really started to examine how did I get here and how would I move forward.
Wow.
And a lot of things, and then starting to look inward, and some things get healed, but then you notice you had other wounds that you had
yes.
had there. Yes. You may have more than one wound.
You think you're okay.
That scabbed over.
Yeah.
And so I truly believe in getting that help, because it impacts you. But then if you have children, and we talk sometimes about generational curses,
yes,
that these same things can go to the next generation and to the next generation. And so healing yourself helps heal the next generation.
Yes.
And how important that is, that some of these things are carried down, because you may even find out that someone in your parents may have been. I mean, sometimes this can go that other people in the family have actually had the same experiences, but we don't want to talk about it, don't talk about things outside of our home. Yeah. And we've created this bury the issue thing and put the scab over. We're kind of not promoted, but encouraged to put a scab over it.
Yeah, it's actually, it's a culture. Because it was told that, especially as I was coming up, what goes on in this house, stay in this house. But let me just, for the record, educate just for 2 seconds about that. I'm a firm believer that a lot of that is false. I'm a firm believer that what goes in that house may not be the right thing, should be going on. And somebody needs to stand up for their children. And, love my dad. He's been gone 4 years. And my mom is still alive. But, they didn't know how to be that parent. You understand? I love them. But when you're not taught, then the next generation is not being taught, and then the next generation is not being taught. And so what do you have? You got full of generations that are ignorant to the fact of how to protect that child. I tell my children all the time, it was back in the day, you get to go to people's houses and sleepovers. Oh no, they do none of that, because I don't know what's in your house. And so I would tell anyone, if you have children, please protect them with your life. Protect them.
Is so important, and getting that help yourself will make you more aware.
Yes.
To be healthy, and you spoke of this, and I can't say it enough, that we make sure we're healthy. We check our blood pressure, diabetes, but we don't check our mental health. But we'll take care of other parts of our body. We'll take care of our car better than we do our mental health. True.
True. And it's kind of scary. Because we have to understand that if up here is not dealt with. I mean, look at stuff that's been happening throughout the years. The guy that went and I can't remember what time it was, but he went into the movie theater, I think it was Batman, Joker, or whatever it was, and went and shot people because he thought that a video game was a reality. And that was in his mind, to shoot people. The thing is that if you don't have a balance to get help, then you can be destructive in your life, relationship, church. I don't care where you go, you'll be destructive, because wherever you go, you're going to follow you too. Always.
You can't run away from yourself.
Never. Never.
I think there's a song where you can't hide from yourself.
That's right. You can't hide.
Never really got that song to that moment. You just explained it like that. But yes, you can't run from yourself. Anywhere you go, there you are. So
and I think also that parents, and my heart is to the parents, because we need to have some conversations with our children. I was a director of a program called Parent Cafes. And we need to have more stuff like that. They took a lot of those programs away out of Illinois. I don't know why. But we need stuff like that. Sit down and have a conversation. People don't even sit at the table anymore. It was a time you would sit at the table and eat, and, how was your day? Everybody going in the bedroom or the living room or wherever you at. It's no balance. We need to come back to a place where the families need to come back and have a conversation. And also give them, the children, the opportunity to speak. because they have something to say.
So what do you think about that? The saying that children should be seen and not heard, and that don't get in grown folks' business or leave the room because grown. How do you feel about those statements that are often said and taught to children?
Especially when I was coming up. Yes. Some of it I don't know if I agree with. Yeah, I think that a child do need to stay in their place, but I believe it's just a way of saying things. When I talked to my son, I remember we were talking about something one day. He was like, "Mom, you my friend." No, I'm not, son. I'm your parent. And they have to understand balance, because if we friends, that means friends can do what they want to do. And so now he understands that, okay, all right, Mom, you are my mother, and then Dad, you're my dad. And so my husband and I put that understanding there, because one day he's going to have children, and he's going to have to understand that carry that torch is to let's respect each other's roles and still continue to do what we need to do and still have the freedom to respect one another.
I love how you put that, Chisa, because as you said it, I started to think of the term role model. Right. And if you're put in a role that isn't the proper place, you're modeling a behavior that isn't the proper behavior.
Exactly.
So if I'm a friend, I shouldn't be modeling friend behavior.
Exactly.
I'm your parent, and to be that role model means to model the role that I have, and that's to parent you. And yes, we can be able to communicate together. You feel free to communicate, and there are some of the same characteristics in being a parent that is in being a friend.
Exactly.
But there are also some that aren't.
Yeah.
And so I like how you put that, and it is brought to mind of staying in that role that you're in their life to model, and I like how you put that. So Chisa's here from CTS Health, and she's talking about mental health and how crucial it is. Like I said, the show He Said, She Said was to help men and women learn to communicate better, because, like I said, it was founded from a place of me getting therapy, getting help, working with life coaches, and taking everyone along the way with me.
Yes.
And bringing life coaches on the show. We have some that work with us in the show, and if they ever needed help, so hopefully I can add CCS as a place that I can steer people to when they come and say, well, can you recommend someone?
Yes.
That I say I can recommend CCS Health and head on over there.
We'll be honored. We will be honored to do so.
And I love to have, because what I really would like, because I hear this often, well, I went one time and I didn't like them. It could be like anything. You may go to a dentist and not like that dentist. Go to a doctor and want to choose a different doctor. Or go to a restaurant and you don't like that restaurant, but you don't stop eating.
Exactly.
And this is going to be the same thing, that maybe you have to find someone that's the right fit for you.
Right.
And that's why I love facilities that have multiple people that would then, because you can say, okay, look, anybody, what, and then you may not even know what you need help with. Exactly. I think some people really don't know what if they even have issues. I really don't even think they do. Right. But they could come in and get assessed.
Exactly. Well, that's the thing, we have a conversation, right? And they start talking, and as therapists, we're supposed to listen. Not just always, it's not about giving our opinion, it's not about giving advice, because we are not supposed to give advice, we're supposed to suggest. However, we are to listen to them and then say, okay, all right, this is how we can work on that. You angry? Okay, let's have some angerment classes. Like we have something called PSR, which is called psycho rehabilitation classes. So people can come and be taught. And I love it. I actually teach them on Fridays, y'all, if y'all want to come. But it's amazing.
You do?
I actually teach them on Fridays, yes. But we have therapists that teach all through the week. We have a calendar and everything. So it's some stuff just getting ready to blow up. This is going to be epic. We're excited. We're going to have a food pantry to help those that don't have food, to bless them. We got a whole bus that was blessed to us by the company. We're excited. It's just so many things going on that we're ready to take it running. We're ready.
So, okay. I want to know more about the grand opening. I think we're ready to know more about CTS Health Integrated Wellness. The grand opening is tomorrow, Thursday, July 1st, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. 2715 North Central Avenue. That's 2715 North Central Avenue in Chicago. Food, music, games, more. Learn about the community, the resources. There'll be businesses, vendors. You'll be there.
I'll be there. Yes, I will be hosting the event, and you're going to see the VP. You're going to see the directors. You're going to see corporate. You're going to see the whole staff of CTS. It's going to be over 35, 36 vendors. You don't want to miss the opportunity because we got something to say. And also, we're going to do personal tours of the facility to see show what we do, how we do it, and how we make things work.
And I think that's a comfortable way of taking the baby steps.
Yes.
Of maybe where you're not coming and necessarily, you can feel comfortable, see where you're going, say, okay, well, I can come back. But maybe it's taking a first step in a non-threatening manner, a comfortable manner. And come out and just see what all.
Just see. We're not gonna bite y'all. Come and see what we about. We even have places like for those that come in homeless. That may not have showers or have showered. We have showers to provide for them. We have lockers that they can put their clothes in. We even have washer and dryer.
And they have access to this?
We will make sure all that's provided for them.
All the time?
Whenever somebody come in and say, hey, I ain't took a bath, God knows when, we will make sure that that's provided for them. Absolutely.
2715 North Central Avenue.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. So, final things. Tell us about what you want us to know. So we can come out tomorrow, Thursday. I'm going to be there. I would love to meet you there. So it's 11 to 3. Fine time. Come on your lunch. Come shop if you like to shop. Come and see the facility. What would you like us to know?
Oh, my God. We want you to come and see what we do. Come see the staff. Come see that our heart is right and we're ready to provide. Come see the building and see you ain't got to be intimidated. We ain't going to say, oh, you crazy and we going to give you some medicine and you go ahead. No, we're going to make sure that you get the proper training. We're going to make sure that you get the proper education. And we're darn sure going to make sure that you okay up here. Not only just for single or individuals, but for families as well.
So you work with every man, child,
children,
woman.
Adults, adolescents. We got classes for all. We also even have a grief support group for those that have lost loved ones and can talk about it. And that be on Saturday. So we getting ready to do some stuff. We're getting ready to do groups for women. And we're getting ready to do groups for men as well. So we're getting ready to do some things.
Tell us how they can reach out to you if they can't make it tomorrow but still want to come for a service.
Absolutely.
How do they reach out?
You
to
can
CTS
reach our office, which is 773-360-1389. Or you can check out our website, which is www.ctshealth.org.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Chisa. Hopefully you'll have you back to He Said, She Said, and we do some more mental health talk.
I hope so.
Okay.
Anytime.
But I'm going to see you tomorrow.
Absolutely.
I'm going to see you tomorrow at CTS Health Grand Opening, Thursday, July 1st, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., 2715 North Central Avenue. If you need information, call 773-360-1389. But I want you to come back Sunday. Besides coming out tomorrow, Thursday, come back Sunday to He Said, She Said, 2 p.m. on IntellectualRadio.com. Turn this off for me. Thank you, Facebook. Thank you, guys. I hope to see you tomorrow. I'm going to put the phone number for more information in case you just want to sign up for services or get more information about who, what, when, where. And then we're going to have the flyer there to come out tomorrow. See you then.